So aligners are effectively clear wee plastic trays that will fit over the surfaces of your teeth. And within those clear plastic trays, they have wee kind of pressure points within them, which essentially help to kind of shuffle the teeth and kind of guide them into a different position. The trays you'll kind of change normally on a kind of weekly basis, and each subsequent tray essentially just helps to kind of guide the teeth into its desired new position. Generally, it will take a few weeks before you'll see some changes in tooth position. So normally within the first kind of 4 to 6 weeks, you'll start to see a little bit of movement. Often with Invisalign, it's not a kind of drastic thing straight away. It's kind of slow, gradual change week upon week. So it's one of these kind of things that as you kind of continue throughout the treatment, you'll often notice that things will continually get better and better until you get to the end result. Rule of thumb is essentially the trays need to be in 22 hours a day, which essentially equates to they're in at all times. The only times that they're not in is when you are eating and also when you are brushing or flossing, interdental cleaning. The rest of the time, including when you're sleeping, the trays are in. That just ensures maximum kind of forcing on the teeth, which allows things to kind of move the way we want. The aligners are clear plastic, so they're not that noticeable in the mouth at all. It's one of those things that if someone's really kind of close and personal, they might be aware that something's there in the mouth, but it doesn't really kind of stand out. And yeah, I've had patients over the years who have kind of forward-facing jobs, and yeah, a lot of the kind of people that they work with, even kind of spouses in some occasions, haven't known that they've been undergoing treatment. So they are really quite a discreet option, which makes it really kind of good for adult orthodontics. So yeah, this is one of the big advantages of aligners compared to traditional fixed braces, is that you can take the aligners out when you are eating. So there's no real kind of major restrictions on certain things, certain foodstuffs, because nothing will kind of get caught or trapped around the brace in the same way that it perhaps would with a traditional fixed brace. Massive advantage for adults. You don't really have to kind of pause a lot of your kind of favourite things that you like to eat or drink. Flossing, cleaning, again, they're out for when you're doing this, so that makes it a lot easier to maintain health around the mouth. You just need to make sure that your brushing, flossing, interdental cleaning game is really good, because yeah, each time after you eat, ideally you want to be doing something before you reinsert the trays just to keep your gums super healthy. So yeah, aligners are a real good alternative to fixed braces now, because they can often fix pretty much most of the same things that a traditional fixed brace can. So whether that's common things like crowding, spaces between teeth, rotated teeth, gaps, overbites, underbites, even some sort of kind of cross bites, they can fix these. The only thing that really they can fix is often kind of any sort of kind of underlying skeletal things. So depending on your kind of jaw size or jaw shape, if there's anything which is contributing to your tooth position that's related more to that, then yeah, they might not be able to fix that. But any kind of general alignment issues, yeah, they can pretty much do the same as a traditional fixed brace now. Generally, you change your aligner every week, which doesn't mean that we have to see you every week each time you change your tray. We can, on some occasions, we will want to see you every kind of few weeks just to kind of ensure things are progressing nicely. But we also do have technology these days which allow us to remotely monitor you. So as you kind of get to the end of your week wearing an aligner, you would do like a wee kind of scan at home. We would give you stuff away to allow you to do this, which allows us to kind of see how your teeth are progressing at home and give you a kind of green light to move on to the next aligner. Or if there's anything that we're a little bit concerned about, we can then kind of contact you to get you into the practice and see you. So it really depends on the case by case basis, but yeah, on some occasions we can fit the brace, and then yeah, we don't need to see you until the teeth are all nicely aligned, as long as everything kind of moves along quite nicely. So yeah, the technology is there for you, so that going through your alignment treatment doesn't necessarily have to kind of eat into your personal time with lots and lots of dental visits. So yeah, this is a very popular question. A lot of people are interested in, is it uncomfortable when we move teeth? Generally, what you'll tend to find is that when the trays are first fitted, your very first aligner, it takes a wee while for the mouth to adjust to things, more so because the aliner's kind of close to your lips, your tongue, your cheeks. All these things find it a wee bit fascinating, and that feels a bit odd within the mouth. Each subsequent aligner that you then move into, for most folk, they'll normally kind of find that as they move into the new aligner, that initial pressure that are on the teeth makes things just a little bit more sensitive, often just for the first 24 hours or so. And then generally you tend to find that things kind of settle down. For most folk, even that degree of kind of slight kind of tenderness that they have in the teeth is often nothing that they really need to take painkillers or that for. So it's quite kind of mild forces as the kind of teeth move along, and because it's a kind of weekly kind of change, the forces are quite light that are applied to the teeth. So yeah, generally you tend to find that it's quite comfortable when you kind of consider what's being done to the teeth. So yeah, generally for most folk it's relatively a very, very kind of smooth process, which is really kind of comfortable from start to end point. So very straightforward question in terms of looking after the liners. It's something you wear in your mouth all day. It can just get a wee bit grubby through saliva and things like that. So as part of our kind of package now, we are including some cleaning pods, so we'll give that away with you, and use that just along with some kind of retainer cleaning tablets, and that using that on a kind of daily basis just ensures that it keeps your aligners nice and clean. Your aligners will get changed on a weekly basis anyway, but that pod is yours to keep. So even kind of post-treatment, what you will have for your retainer is essentially something that you can use again to kind of keep everything nice and clean, hygienic and safe, which is, yeah, really, really important when you have something in your mouth for extended periods of time. So yeah, everything's kind of included these days in our package to ensure that keep your aligners and also your retainers afterwards, keeping them looking good and most importantly safe essentially for you. So yeah, all included these days.